just read the plot summaries from the past games to help you guys go to sleep and kind of explain what this game is. So we can just go ahead and jump right into it and start with the Trails from Zero story summary. So let's do this. Prologue Special Support Section. Crossbell is a small state between Zamiria's two major powers, the Erebonian Empire and the Calvert Republic. Behind the shining veneer of its rapidly developing economy, the state is rife with problems, including corruption and organized crime, garnering it the nickname the City of Sin. It is also home to Lloyd Bannings. Lloyd returned to Crossbell to train at the police academy 3 years after his brother was killed in the line of duty. After graduating with high markings, he was ordered to join the newly established police division, a special support section. The SSS is ostensible. Hopefully I said that right. Can't read sometimes. But purpose was for the Crossbell Police Department to win back the citizens' trust that had been eroded due to the corruption in its upper ranks, and take back popularity lost to the Bracer Guild. It was there that Lloyd Bannings met his colorful co-workers, Ellie McDowell, a reserved young woman with more to her than met the eye. T.O. Plato, the young technician sent by the Epstein Foundation, Randy Orlando, a womanizing former Crossbell Guardian Force member, and Sergei Lou Wow, the division's chief, who preferred a hands-off approach. At first, Lloyd couldn't help but feel his new post would make it difficult to follow his brother's footsteps as a detective. However, his eyes were open to his new possibility, and the group soon solved an incident involving the Mafia interfering with two street gangs. Lloyd realized that SSS could shine new light on Crossbell's problem by taking a different approach. Unique from Bracer Guild and other police divisions, the SSS, sensing a role only they could fulfill to make Crossbell a better place, agreed to work together to accomplish that goal, no matter what barriers stood in their way. And then we will go to Chapter 1, Afternoon of the Fools. The Bracer Guild's Crossbell branch was centered around A-rank Bracer Arios McLean, otherwise known as the Divine Blade of Wind. The guild was highly trusted in the region, far more so than the CPD, but its future was made even more promising by the arrival of the two young Bracers from abroad, Estelle and Joshua Bright. The two heroes hailed from the Libero Kingdom and had led efforts to solve the Orbital shutdown phenomenon incident that occurred there just 1 year prior. Rumor had it they had come to Crossbell in search of someone. Around that time, the SSS was investigating a case concerning a monster attacks outside of Crossbell City. The monsters resembled wolves according to eyewitnesses, but the more the SSS uncovered, the less likely it seemed for ordinary wolves to be responsible. Eventually, the SSS discovered the attacks were perpetrated by the Revazenko Mafia's warhound, Zeke, the leader of the wolves, who stood accused of the attacks, arrived to help SSS defeat the criminals. Soon after, Zeke appeared at the SSS building, making himself at home and offering his aid to the still sent a letter to the theater troupe threatening to target Ilya if production of their newest show, Golden Sun, Silver Moon, wasn't seized. Ravage, once again, was the first suspect, but new information caused the SSS to reconsider. They learned from the neighborhood lawyer, Ian Grimwood, that Yin was the name of a legendary Jing Xiao, an assassin hailing from Calvert's eastern quarter, with likely ties to the famous Easter Syndicate. However, with no motive as to why a legendary assassin would want to interfere with the performance, the SSS investigation seemed at an impasse. It was then that Major McDowell's secretary, Ernest Reyes, came to visit Eli. He urged Eli to quit the police and help her grandfather, the mayor, instead. Eli revealed she joined the CPD to better understand her home so that she too might one day run for office. With Lloyd's support, she cast her doubt aside and resolved to remain with the SSS and continue investigating the threat letter case. The SSS was finally able to locate Yin with the help of the influential CEO of the International Bank of Crossbell, Didier Croix, and the young runaway hacker, Jonas Sacred. Much to their shock, however, Yin denied being the sender of the threat letter and instead made a quick request of their own to find the true culprit and apprehend them. The SSS chose to back up the CPD First Division security's efforts in the opening night of Ark NCO's new show. There, they uncovered the true mastermind they were after, Ernest. He had sent the threat letter to create a diversion while plotting to assassinate the mayor. Fortunately, the SSS managed to stop Ernest before he finished the deed, but the case was left with many unsolved mysteries, such as why Ernest went to such lengths to kill Major McDowell and the origin of the supreme restraint he saw when resisting arrest. Mayor McDowell urged Eli to continue her work and not worry over him as she took him away from the officer to recover. Meanwhile, Ian met with Hayways Cowley to discuss the incident, but quickly excused himself. Cal pondered what could be so urgent as Yin had seen running along the rooftops toward the entertainment district. Okay, guys, now let's go. I think I will read chapter 3 and the intermission, then I'll wrap this video up, guys. What very interesting story so far, but let's keep going. Chapter 3, Crossbell's Anniversary Festival. The SSS was tasked with the busiest week yet, as Crossbell State celebrated the 70th anniversary of its founding with a 5-day festival. The second day had them search for St. Ursula's Hospital's Dr. Joachim Gwinter, who wandered off to fish. Soon after, the SSS was summoned back to the city to settle a dispute between the local street gangs once more. Following an exciting afternoon, the SSS learned of an event called the Swords Auction from Estelle and Joshua. The name referred to a secret black market auction that was held each year during the anniversary festival. Excuse my stomach, guys. If you can hear it growling, I'm a little hungry, but happens. But maybe I'll get something to eat after the video. But where was I? During the anniversary festival, and it was said to be attended by Crossbell's highest ranking politicians, the elite. Naturally, that made interfering with auction taboo among the police in Crossbell and Underworld. Even Tweef Sergey, who had never stopped the SSS from meddling with Rev before, warned them to stay away from the auction, or else the division days could become numbered. The SSS, frustrated by their chief's order, continued to work through their support requests. On the festival's fourth day, they were tasked with searching for the missing son of Harold Hayworth, a local trader, which led them to working with an enigmatic girl named infamous hacker Kitty had been plaguing the Oberon network of late and using her skills. The SSS located and rescued Colin Hayward, Lloyd soon realized the connection Marine shared with the Haywards, and that she'd come to Crossbell to observe the appearance she loathed for abandoning her. However, as Reen hid in Lloyd's room and heard Harold tell the SSS the full story of how he and his wife lost their daughter, she realized they never abandoned her at all. Later that night, the SS learned from Estelle and Joshua that Reen once belonged to the Society of Ouroboros. The Racers explained they had come to Crossbell in search of Reen, hoping to welcome her into their family, and were disappointed to learn that they just missed her. Once again, after the two teams went out to dinner and bonded at the SSF, and bonded as the SSS was told the details of the previous year's burial incident. The following morning, the SSS received a letter from Marine, and with it, a token of her appreciation, an authentic invitation to the Swords auction taking place on the last night of the festival. The opportunity was too good to pass up. The team resolved to attend the auction, which was being held at the mansion of Speakers Hartman, the head of the Crossbell Diet and only politician in the state as powerful as Mayor McDowell. Lloyd attended the auction equipped with a disguise and alias thanks to help from Wazy Hemisphere, the leader of the Testament Street gang. The SSS was well acquainted with. Once inside, he ran into Mary Real Corey's daughter, dieter, and best friend, Ellie. I might be saying that wrong, but she was there to buy it on a doll from Rosenberg Studio, a local maker of highly sought-after antique dolls. Ian, who'd also come to investigate the auction, warned there was an explosive surprise amongst the auction stock. In the back room, Lloyd found something else contained inside the Rosenberg doll's trunk. A living, breathing little girl who could only remember her name. Kie. This is Kie. Lloyd acted fast, believing. I'm sorry, I'm bad with these names, guys. I know I've played the game. They probably pronounced them so many times, but still get some wrong. But Lloyd acted fast, believing Kie to be a victim of human trafficking. However, Rev didn't make escaping easy as the threat Hayway posed that led to the auction being heavily guarded. Nearly home free, the SSS was cornered by the Mafia's commander and former Jaeger Garcia Rosie discerned Randy was actually the son of the war god, the heir to the red constellation Jaeger's course. Just as Randy was ready to use the ruthless string he'd been hiding, Chief Circuit arrived in the nick of time to help the SSA and Kie make their escape. Intermission. The SSS suspended operations in the week that followed as the mess of the auction was sorted out behind closed doors. Rev claimed to have no knowledge that a human was among the auction stock and cut a deal with the police branch to overlook the SSS's interference with the auction to avoid human trafficking charges and possible intervention from the Bracer Guild. Meanwhile, the SSS spent their week off growing close to Kie, becoming like one big family almost instantly. However, Kie's continued amnesia made it difficult to ascertain where she came from and whether she had a home to return to. The SSS knew they couldn't realistically look after a child of unknown origins forever, but no amount of police or guild investigations had produced any leads. Estelle and Joshua proposed the SSS try consulting the Septian Church, theorizing that they may be able to help with the cause of Kie's amnesia or psychological. Crossbell's Cathedral Sister Marble used thaumaturgy to help Kie recover some abstraction and some abstract memories of her past, but no more. She suggested the problem may lie in Kie's nervous system, which led to the SS turning to Dr. Kinter, a specialist in neurology. However, he told them Kie would need to be admitted to the hospital for an extended period of time, something Kie staunchly refused. I'm going to call her Kie for now because I don't want to just butcher names the whole time, but behind chapter for the quick read wisdom, but thanks for stopping by and at least giving me a chance. So, and if you guys any have comments or recommendations, please feel free to give me some tips or notes in the comments. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Well, let's see if we can. Yeah. Well, before I leave, let's see if I can find some. Well, not for artwork, but I don't think there's artwork for things I was just reading. Let's see.